I'm Sharrna. I work for Deadly Choices at the Institute for Indigenous Health. I'm actually a Dumas woman from Central Queensland, and I do the data and quality for the Deadly Choices program.
My name is Dumas. I'm the Deadly Choices coordinator. I'm also in the business development and the development training for Deadly Choices for our statewide team. We're just going to talk briefly around the activities that we do with Deadly Choices within our areas, and we're just going to talk about the sort of barriers that we have through our clinics, and also the sort of how we're addressing these issues now.
Yeah. So as you can see up on the board, so a little bit about Deadly Choices anyway is we do that holistic approach program. It is around for a while now. It's been 10 years this year actually. But one of the major programs that we do run is the 6-week education program, and that's specifically around tobacco education. We also promote tobacco stalls, so we actually have just over 100 Deadly Choices staff across the state now, so it's just rapidly grown in the last 12 months to 18 months, which we promote all these different activities, but just a few up on the board today. With that tobacco stalls, it's sort of that forefront that we have at our clinics or anywhere that our communities see that we can actually approach them and give that awareness. So we've talked a lot about obviously giving that good approach to our community and obviously showing the positive messages, so that's one of those. And at these stalls, we ran over 2,000 just in the last 12 months through our workers across the state, and actually had over 13,000 people attend those stalls. And being those 13,000, just under half of them were actually smokers themselves. We do a tobacco pledge called the Deadly Places Smoke-Free Spaces campaign that we run. So obviously promoting healthy and smoke-free homes and cars, and tobacco champions within our clinics too. So Luke, did you want to talk about tobacco champion?
Yeah, so we've got our tobacco champions across within southeast Queensland. So we've got around 23 services that we look after. Through the clinics that we've trained our Aboriginal health workers to be tobacco champions for our community. What we've done is that we've trained all these guys across just around motivation interviewing, smoking cessation, how to deliver NRT as well. So it's been a success so far with SEQ, and we're sort of trying to develop and go across Queensland itself, across our 17 other services that we look after. Sort of current evidence that we have now with our programs. As you can see there, our latest data that we have is 48% in June. In our next slide, it's 51% for our Mums and Bubs program. So we've got a Mums and Bubs program throughout our community that we run throughout our clinics. With the stats that we have, smoking during pregnancy, as you can see, there's 48% within our communities. It's still a high lot, and then from now, we're up to about 51%. So it has increased, and that's sort of what we're sort of addressing them issues now. Same again, I think there was only one sort of participant in our program that actually referred and actually quit. So within Queensland itself, there was around 71% that sort of relapsed after pregnancy or during pregnancy. So again, big issue, and that's sort of where we're addressing that sort of issues now.
Okay. Is that the same time?
Yeah. So back there. So some of the sort of feedback and other stuff we have from our clinics across the state and plus southeast Queensland. As you can see, GPs and our obstetricians, 25% responded said that they never tried NRT, or just sort of they didn't have the confidence to do that. Most frequently cited our barriers, the confidence and ability to prescribe. So it was a massive one for our GPs. We sort of spoke to a lot of them, and they sort of didn't know how to prescribe, or just weren't confident itself. Same as our women as well. Like I said, there was just a lot of mixed messages. So they didn't know if they should be on NRT while they were pregnant. And same again, our GPs sort of gave them mixed messages as well. So through that consistency, it wasn't consistent through our clinics, and that's where that issue now that we're going to try to sort of address now.
So to sort of tackle this issue, we are in the process of developing a Mums and Bubs Deadly Choices program itself. So Deadly Choices offer a wide range of programs, but this is to fit in with this issue that we're talking about today. Also our clinical integration to actually have a stronger partnership, I guess, with all of our member services in Southeast Queensland and then across the state, because there is politics and obviously other issues as well. So the workers that we have on the ground aren't actually employed by the institute, they're employed by the AMSs within their services. So that's a part of our role, is to train them and get them up and moving. And also our Quitline partnership. So we already have a really strong Quitline partnership that Luke obviously works really close with. And some of our data shows, like even just in World No Tobacco Day for May alone last year, just for a month alone, we referred just under 500 Quitline referrals for the month alone. So, and that's for successful ones as well. So there was obviously more referrals made, but these are the people that obviously wanted to go through that Quitline pathway, which we're seeing works a lot, especially with our regions outside of SEQ, because obviously in an urban setting, there's a lot more services that obviously are in the region, and then we work in remote communities as well. So just having that diversity and having those services available to us. Yeah. And that's just a little bit of our social marketing campaigns that we do. Obviously, we're across the state, we have billboards and everything everywhere. And that's it. Yeah.
Before you go down, one of the things I don't think you mentioned was all the work that you do with school kids to try and get those deadly choices made before they actually get pregnant.
Yeah, so actually we was talking about it just last week. Being in the data and quality team, I get to see a lot of the reports, which is good. But we've actually seen a decrease in uptaking and smoking across all of our programs. So we can see that working with the younger kids, being a preventative health team, we can see that we're preventing with that age group, but it's now how do we prevent with our young mothers. And we've done a campaign, I think 2 years ago now, interviewing young 15-year-olds, like asking them why they take up smoking. So that's something else we've found interesting, which will help us with this next month program.
Thank you.